Alright, hey guys, what is up? Andaull here today bringing you guys another video. So in this video we're going to be reading this creepypasta / trollpasta called Goofy's Secret. I hope you guys enjoy this video. From what I've skimmed through so far, it's a pretty good story, it's a decent story, it's a good trollpasta, and that's what a lot of the comment sections say. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below with the notification bell on to be notified every time I upload a video, as well as leave a comment in the comment section down below telling me if these are your favorite types of videos from me or not. And with that said, let's get into the story. Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse were staying over at Goofy's new house he had bought after he had sold his old trailer home ever since Disney no longer kept House of Mouse on the air. They hardly ever saw Goofy. That day, in light of him starting to become secretive, it was like he was hiding something. Donald wanted to ask what it was, but Mickey told him it wouldn't be polite. It wasn't any of their business. He had heard that Goofy would get defensive, even aggressive, if anyone asked what he was doing, staying at his new place all the time. It was like there was something dark going on with a normally lovable goofball. Mickey knocked on the door and Goofy, dressed like a butcher, answered. It wasn't too off. Goofy had gotten a job as the town butcher after House of Mouse had ended. Despite what most people would think, that being a butcher is one of the jobs he should stay away from because he's a klutz, he's actually, ironically, careful and talented. His family actually had butchers in it. He may as well have started looking for work because of Disney replacing him with a bizarre recreation of early times Goofy in the new Mickey shorts. Mickey and Donald were the only people he felt would never ask him about why he hardly ever came out anymore. Mickey was always so polite, and Donald, well, as long as free food was shown to him, why would he care? Goofy welcomed his friends for a chance of specially made burgers, fresh from a practive cow carcass. Goofy had invited his friends to stay over for 4 days while the girls were away, so they could have a guys' night. Just the 3 of them. 4 days of burgers. Any guy would want that. Donald could not help but notice, though, a very secluded door with the sign, "Private, Keep Out," on the door. It was eerie with all spikes of the door frame, a barred window on the door like something out of a prison, and dried strains of blood looking like animal meat had been dragged in or out of there. Goofy stared aggressively at Donald, only telling him that was his private slaughterhouse. It was where he did his work. He then calmly insisted it was too disturbing for the untrained mind. And that is relatively true. Slaughterhouses don't tend to be a comfortable place. I mean, come on. A place where there are disemboweled animals everywhere? An animals lover's worst nightmare. Goofy was quick to offer Donald a burger to quickly make the nosy duck forget his curiosity. Mickey, being polite, simply understood that this door was off limits. Mickey was more interested in burgers. That night, they went to sleep, satisfied from a burger meal. However, Mickey had to use the bathroom because he had added too much hot sauce. His anus was suffering greatly. What kind of sentence is that? Oh my god, dude, I love that sentence. That is just random in this story. Sorry, I had to cut this off, but that was perfect, guys. Alright, back to it. However, he couldn't help but hear Goofy humming his usual tune and the sound of a pile of meat being dragged. As soon as Mickey finished business, he quickly went to see what was going on. It was Goofy moving an entire cow carcass toward the slaughterhouse door. Wow, Goofy is really dedicated to his work, Mickey quietly assumed. Curiosity got the better of him, as he quietly followed Goofy only as near as possible, but still hidden. Goofy went inside with the cow carcass. Mickey swore he had heard Goofy say something, as if he was talking to someone. Mickey then heard what sounded like retarded screaming. He heard Goofy trying to tell the creature to calm down, warning it that he had guessed this time around, and he never wanted them to see it. He had made a family promise on it. He heard Goofy offering the cow corpse he was dragging to the creature as it was met with sounds of violent eating, like a wolf. Mickey winced as he heard the sounds of Goofy winching as well, then shuddered in discomfort. Mickey gasped quietly as it sounded like Goofy was coming this way. Mickey quietly and quickly hid in the living room. He hid there until he was sure Goofy had went back to his bedroom. When he was sure, Mickey was able to go to his bedroom just in time before the retarded screaming happened again. He then heard Goofy rushing to the private room. He heard Goofy trying to hush him like someone loving, like a parent. Then the screams hushed down. He heard Goofy offering something named Fofo to him. Then Mickey heard retarded laughing. Then it quieted down. The last he heard was Goofy returning to his own bedroom, and he was sure it was said and done. The following morning, Mickey was tired, had a bad morning headache, and tired eyes. Donald was insultingly well rested, though to be fair, he was a notoriously heavy sleeper. Goofy looked as if he was sad. He had the look that he was alone in this world, like he was stuck with something that burdened him. Mickey would not dare to ask him. Mickey was better than to let his curiosity make him do such a thing. Mickey decided that it was best to only include Donald on this. Midday, when Goofy went to work at the butcher shop, Mickey told Donald of the event that had happened. Donald felt uneasy with what Mickey had told him. He even asked Mickey if he was just playing a dumb, mean prank, but quickly remembered Mickey wasn't like that. Mickey insisted they to investigate them while Goofy was out. They needed to know once and for all what was going on with Goofy. They reluctantly approached the door and opened it. It was a very, very dark room, with silhouettes of dismembered farm animals, like pigs and cows, which was okay because again, Goofy was a butcher. This was his supply. Donald and Mickey hopefully assumed this was the only uncomfortable thing here. They heard what sounded like a mentally ill person moaning. Donald felt like panicking. They slowly but surely braved on. As they saw more than just gored animals, they saw claw marks on the walls, and some of the meat looked as if it had been chewed on. They couldn't help but see crudely drawn drawings of a happy bunny. That made everyone more disturbed by how out of place a happy bunny was in a room full of the out of place creepiness already. They also found crayons, which justified most of the crudely drawn bunnies, as well as Play-Doh, coloring books, pencils, and finally, an old worn out, patched up bunny doll with a fancy suit and tie, eye missing and some fluff seeping out. Both Donald and Mickey were thinking, what the hell is Goofy doing in here? Suddenly, a clawed hand wearing a ripped glove grabbed the bunny doll as Mickey and Donald screamed. The hand revealed itself to be someone who possibly belonged to the same species of a dog-like creature as Goofy, but he looked grossly deformed. He murmured something in a retarded dialect as he held onto his bunny doll. Then, he repeatedly started to say, "My fofo," over and over and over again. Donald, in a panic, knocked Mickey down to help himself. Donald, the ungrateful coward, escaped. Mickey was covered in blood of the cows that had been fed to the creature before. The creature ended up getting the wrong idea and was convinced that Mickey was his next meal. Mickey screamed as he ran for it, but not without getting clawed in the back. Mickey screamed as the pain was unbearable. Adrenaline kicked in and Mickey escaped as the creature did not pursue because it was chained to the wall. The chain long enough only to go to certain parts of the room, but not all the way through. As Mickey escaped, his back was bleeding heavily. As a regretful Donald went out of his way to try and call for help, he was a coward, but not selfish. He couldn't help it. He was scared out of his wits. However, the phone couldn't work. Donald quickly saw that the line had been cut by a bloody butcher knife. And there stood its owner, Goofy, with an angered, betrayed face. I'm sorry it came to this, guys, but cussing Gooby's family. He's all I have left in this world. Clarabelle made a mistake going through that door. And, well, it didn't end pretty, Goofy said with a remorseful sounding voice. Goofy grabbed Donald by the neck, walking past an injured Mickey who watched fearfully as he saw the shadows of Goofy giving Donald to Cousin Gooby as the monster ripped Donald to gory shreds. Mickey got up, struggled to fight the pain as best he could, and made a run for it. He got to his car, trying to start it, but he saw the engine was clogged by animal intestines. Mickey got out of the car as he saw Goofy walking towards him with a butcher knife. Mickey started to make a run for it. Mickey was sure to get away when, stab! Mickey was stabbed. The butcher knife was thrown to his back, disabling his legs thanks to a fractured spinal cord. Goofy grabbed Mickey's leg and dragged him back into the house. After retrieving his butcher knife, Mickey was screaming for help, begging Goofy to let him go and that he'll promise to keep everything to himself. Mickey was dragged toward the unholy door of a secret that would have been ignored. Mickey was crying as he struggled to get away. Eventually, Mickey was dragged inside. As the door slammed, what can finally be heard was the sound of the flesh-ripping, retarded screaming and Mickey's blood-curdling scream. Then, silence. Then one last voice was heard. That was Goofy's. I lose more friends this way. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed that video. If you guys have and want to see more like it, let me know in the comment section below. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.